Yasmin for Team TV, and today we're going to be speaking to Henry Newrick, who is the Managing Director of the Team Group of companies. Now, the Team Group specialises in delivering low-cost marketing leads to businesses throughout the UK and overseas, and it generates a diverse range of businesses covering areas such as fax, email and voice marketing, along with telemarketing, SMS messaging, also things like webinars, corporate videos, and of course some sales incentives. So Henry, lovely to have you here today. Welcome along.
Thank you.
It'd be great to know a little bit about you, some background about you, and of course the question that I would like to ask is, why did you swap the sunny shores of New Zealand for the rather windy shores of the UK?
Okay, my background is primarily publishing. I got started at the age of 11 and then again in university, and most of my life I've been a publisher. I came to the UK in 1995 not to get away from publishing, but because I had a specific assignment, which was to go treasure hunting, or to put together a public company looking for Spanish wrecks on the shores of the ocean around Antigua and Barbuda. The reason for being in the UK, apart from that, is that there are 60 million people here versus 4 million in New Zealand. In other words, a much bigger marketplace.
Now, I see you came to the UK to do treasure hunting, and you don't look like your average pirate, and you don't seem to have a parrot. Tell us a little bit more about your treasure hunting experiences, Henry.
Basically, I got involved in the treasure hunting because back in 1980, I was involved in a hunt to find a boat called the Lutine, which sank off the coast of Holland in 1799. In that instance, my job was to raise all the funding for the expedition, and again in 1995, the same thing applied. That people who had employed me in 1980 came to me again and said, will you put the money together for us to go and look for the Spanish wrecks around Antigua and Barbuda. So you're right, I'm not a treasure hunter in the sense of diving on the ocean floor, nor do I have a parrot, but I'm the funder of putting together the funding packages.
Now, you mentioned, Henry, a year in Singapore. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, Singapore was, if you like, a stop-off destination on the way to Europe. Because of my background in publishing, I was headhunted in late 1993 and asked if I would go to Singapore with an offer I couldn't refuse to take charge of a publishing company in Singapore that was losing a lot of money. I was told that the company was losing around $200,000 a year. When I got there, I found it was well over $1 million a year. But within 7 months, we had them back to profitability, taking steps that basically I knew which had to be taken, and they didn't have the balls to take. Yeah. And at the end of the year, I moved on to the UK because that was my contract period was for 1 year, but having gotten back to profitability. So
Henry, your current business has been going for 11 years. What's next for Henry?
Basically anything to do with B2B marketing. I mean, I'm totally fascinated by marketing. I'm passionate about it. I'm driven by it. And the company that I have at the moment, as you say, has been going for 11 years. We do a number of different things revolving around marketing, such as fax broadcasting, email marketing, voice broadcasting. Recently we moved into text marketing, and currently we're working very closely with an offshore telemarketing company in Morocco, offering heavily discounted telemarketing services back into the UK marketplace, because our whole ethos really is about low-cost leads for business. Right,
so you've had quite a colourful kind of career, haven't you, going from publishing to treasure hunting and now this as well. What's your favourite? What's been your highlights of your career? Would you say this is your main passion, marketing?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I'm totally driven by it, and the books behind you on the shelf invariably are about marketing or sales or anything to do with B2B communications.
And now, talking of treasure hunting and books, didn't you tell me a story of a book that you found and you paid literally pounds for, and it was worth about nearly a couple of thousand, is that right?
Wish it was, not quite £2,000, but certainly $1,800.
Wow.
And it's a book called Tested Advertising Methods, written by one of the great marketing people of all time, or advertising copywriters, called John Caples. It's a book that I had a recent edition, but I was looking for a first edition and found one on a journal called Craigslist last year in the United States. It was advertised for sale at $5 along with some other marketing books, but the person didn't want to send it overseas, so I tracked down somebody who was able to go and collect the book, pay the $5 and eventually send it to me in the UK. And yes, it actually has an appraised value of around $1,800.
Fantastic. What book was that again?
So
look out for that one. Thank you very much there, Henry. Okay, this is Yasmin signing off for Team TV.